Hi, I'm Jake Hill and I drive for MB Motorsport in the British Touring Car Championship. And today I've been brought down by Collecting Cars and Tamiya UK for a collab and something very cool. We have been driving the real GR Yaris and also the RC version. So I have had a love for Tamiya cars for as long as I can remember. When I was 8 years old, this was the first car I got, the D2 Mercedes, and I still cherish it. This isn't the actual one. The one I had when I was a kid looks a lot worse than this one does now, but I managed to re-find the kit that I had when I was just 8 years old and build it. And it really did prompt my sort of love for motorsport and for cars, you know. I mean, I think it does for anyone who loves cars. You know, everyone had a Tamiya car or something similar, and that love just grows from there, really. And it really prompted me to want to become a racing driver, because I was racing my Tamiya cars around the garden or, you know, at local RC tracks. And here we are, 20 years later, you know, we're racing professionally and I've made a career out of it. So I owe a lot to sort of Tamiya UK and the cars that I grew up driving, really, because it really did bring my love for the sport and for cars to reality. One of the best bits about a Tamiya UK car is, of course, the build process. Now, they're a pretty cool thing to do, don't get me wrong. You have to have some sort of knowledge and skill, I guess, to be able to do some modelling and all that sort of stuff. This one is a really, really cool 1995 Skyline Le Mans car, and it's one of my most cherished of my collection. Now, obviously, building the chassis is one thing, but it's mainly very easy to do. You're following an instruction book and you're putting all the screws in, building it, putting it together and making it a rolling car. Perfect. But the body shell for me is where the art is, and also where sort of it starts to come to life. This one here is multicolour, so we've got the pink and of course the white, and a lot of stickers to sort of tie it all in together. This starts off as just a clear body shell. We then mask it up, mask the windows up, do the separation of the pink to the white, and you always want to start with the darker colour first, and then obviously the stickers go on top. And seeing it come together is honestly the best feeling. Yeah, and it just brings a joy out, and I think all of us who get the chance to build one. I think it's also really nice as well is when you then get to experience a real racing car, and even if you get to see the same car as what you've built, that is really special. And I think it gives you a bit of knowledge as to how things are done, and you know how the stickers are applied even on the real racing car. So yeah, for me, super special and one to enjoy. So this is why we're here today. This is the collab between Tamiya UK and Collecting Cars. And Collecting Cars have done a fantastic job in bringing the real GR Yaris to make it look exactly like we have with Tamiya UK's car. We've even got pretty much the same wheels, obviously a bespoke sticker set for the Tamiya kit. And I think we'll all agree the GR Yaris looks pretty mega too. Big skids. So I'm having the best fun today. I've never really driven a GR Yaris properly, but I can definitely assure you I have now. It has just been so much fun. The car is fantastic to drive, actually. I mean, it's quite tricky to get into the drift. I think this thing is probably a bit easier to slide around than that, but once you do, it holds a really, really nice four-wheel drift all the way through the corner. Big smoke coming off the tyres, just what everyone wants to see. And it's just a real treat to drive, you know. The engine's good, gearbox is nice and smooth, the brakes are amazing, and it does do some big skids. All good? Cool. I'm just gonna go and have a bit of a play. I'll be good, don't worry. So I've been driving in the British Touring Car Championship now for 8 years, and I've done a lot of other racing prior to that. Porsche Carrera Cup, Ginetta G55 Super Cup, lots of stuff on the British Touring Car Championship calendar. But also I have a massive passion for historic cars. I've done an awful lot of races at the Goodwoods, Festival of Speeds, Revival, Members Meeting, and raced lots of other amazing cars as well, such as 1973 Enzyme F1 cars, lots of other F1 cars as well, testing, Le Mans cars. I've been a lucky boy. And I think what I love most about it all is just the thrill of always jumping in something different. I'm quite adaptive. I love driving lots of different cars, whether it be a touring car that we'll be running up the hill, like the Calsonic Skyline, which I absolutely love, and I've won the touring car class at the hill climb there for the last 3 years, or whether it be an F1 car, a Le Mans car, touring car, flying through the jumps at Knock Hill, winning on a Sunday as we did not long ago. So, you know, there's just lots of amazing opportunities that I've had. Very, very thankful, and I absolutely love it. And I think, you know, what those cars bring you is just pure joy, pure happiness. I don't like so much the sort of technical element in terms of lots of electronics in the car and stuff. When it's just you and the car, a gearbox, a steering wheel, 3 pedals, that's all you need. So I think it's actually quite a common dynamic between driving the real GR Yaris, the Tamiya GR Yaris, but also, you know, some of the other cars I drive as well. I think, you know, driving a Tamiya RC car, it really gives you a feel for what it's like throwing a car about. And as I've been doing today, you know, throwing the car around, lots of big slides, it really brings you so much joy, and it does give you a feel for what it's all about. I mean, you know, I still race RC cars sort of every Wednesday, and you know, at a high level, and you do take things from that and you put it into real life stuff, and vice versa. You know, when I'm racing a British touring car at the weekends, I then think, oh, maybe I can try doing this to the RC car, and they do sort of translate in some ways. So it's really enjoyable, and it's a massive learning curve as well. So for lots of youngsters coming through, it's a great way to learn automotive. So why have we gone for this colour scheme? Well, it's based off of the Sand Scorcher Baja buggy that Tamiya first created a long time ago now. And we thought it's going to look absolutely awesome on our rally GR Yaris. We got the big wide arches on the GR Yaris, very similar to the Baja buggy, the Sand Scorcher, and it just comes from rally heritage. You know, they're both great off-road, they're both great at doing, you know, big skids and having fun with it, as I have today. And it's just a great livery for the car as well. But also a big part of the livery is how it makes you feel. And for me, seeing this livery on a real GR Yaris just makes you feel like a big kid again. Makes you want to drive it with your remote control, but even better, you can drive it properly.